Do they have podcast awards?
I don't know, but I'd say give it what? What do you think? 5 years max?
If that.
If that. No, there probably is.
I mean,
already.
They have awards for everything else, like TikTok videos and stuff.
Right.
Why couldn't we get one?
Right. A best newcomer.
Yeah. What do they call that? The Trailblazer Award?
Trailblazer.
Something. They gave it to Emma Watson, which rightfully earned. We could get it too.
Rookie of the Year.
That's it.
That's the one.
Rookie of the Year or Best Debut Podcast.
Yeah. We could be that.
Yeah.
There has to be podcast awards already, but I guess the question may be how long till podcast awards are part of like the Emmys.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I feel like it could be an Emmy category.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know what qualifies.
Yeah.
But if we had really cool cinematography.
Right.
Yeah, if we were innovative in our way of visually showing our podcast, I think we could get an Emmy.
Sure.
Yeah.
People do that.
Yeah.
People do a real nice looking creative podcast.
People have won more awards for useless stuff before.
Right.
We could win something for this.
People have.
Lights, camera, action.
UPS, you piece of
I was like, you know what I want to do one day? I want to join a gang.
We're in 2022. Upgrade the cameras.
Yeah.
We can see Saturn and shit, but like I can't get a clear picture of someone robbing the gas station.
That was the greatest night in the history of television.
So I'm really excited though to welcome back. By the way,
It's been a while.
it had.
I mean, not really, but kind of.
Yeah. Follow us, by the way, everywhere. Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok. We need to get our TikToks up. We have
Yeah.
a TikTok, Redband Podcast.
Yeah.
Look it up. We put stuff on there, and our Instagram, YouTube channel. This is what our thing looks like.
This is the big thing.
Yeah. Subscribe and check us out.
And send to people you know in
Yeah.
other places,
Yeah.
cities, counties,
Islands.
countries. Islands.
Send to your island boys. Yeah.
I wonder what's going on with them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll have to check in sometime, I guess.
Investigative journalism.
Yeah. But I'm excited to talk to you because you had quite an eventful time meeting celebrities.
I met some celebrities.
And you also went ahead and did some creating of your own.
I went from meeting celebrities and I jumped right into the creating of my own.
Isn't that just the best way to do it, though?
It felt so good.
Yeah.
I think, and I'll reveal, but it was like the hand I shook of the person I met.
Yeah.
You know, I made sure to get a DNA sample.
Perfect.
He's a little old, so he probably had some dry skin rubbed off on me. I took that hand, I placed it on my heart.
Yeah.
I put it somewhere else.
Right.
We won't get into that.
We won't. Use your imagination.
And then I went right into the 48.
Amazing. So
From there to there.
I want, in the spirit
Yeah.
of content creators, I like to save the best for last.
Right.
That way people have to listen to the whole thing. You can't skip out. If you want to know who he met, you got to listen to the rest of the podcast. I'm sorry, you guys left me no choice.
Yeah.
This is the only way to do it.
We got to do something.
Yeah.
Retention rates are down.
Retention that's everywhere, man. Nobody has a retention. Nobody can.
That's why TikTok is the
Everyone's got the attention span of a toaster. It's bad. It's real bad out here.
I like that. Yeah. You toasted bitches.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I'm actually just really excited to hear about 48 because a few episodes ago, I talked about my experience with the only time I've ever done a 48-hour film fest. And I guess 'tis the season because my friend Nick in LA just did one this past weekend.
Okay.
I have another friend that I went to college with. She did one. Wow. Maybe the same one that you did.
Potentially.
I'm not sure, but it was around the same time. So I want to know everything.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's get right in. Wow. It's weird when it's done too.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, because it's really this cool, I think as creatives, we're often also procrastinators who actually tend to do really good when we have like no time. And this really puts you in that place. I mean, it dives you right in.
It does.
Yeah. 48 hours.
Yeah.
That's what you got. I was able to secure 2 positions on the team.
Nice.
One is writer and one is actor.
Oh, good. I love that.
I got to do what I wanted to do.
Now, real quick, for anyone who doesn't know what a 48-hour film fest is,
let's do that.
We'll just give you a brief nutshell of what it is. It's you have 48 hours to write, produce, shoot, edit, be done with an entire video, an entire story. So a lot of times the way they do it is it'll be random and they'll draw a genre. Action, adventure, fantasy, romance. And your group gets whatever genre that is. And then they usually will throw in like a random item. Or every video needs to have this. So for example, when I did it, every video had to include a mirror in some way, include a shot of a mirror or utilization of a mirror.
That's cooler than mine.
Oh, it was cooler than yours?
No, yeah, that's cooler than the one we had.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, continue. That made me mad. I'm like, they gave us what they gave us. I'll tell it about it in a second.
Yeah. I mean, it could be anything. They might be like, here's a rubber chicken. Every video has to include a rubber chicken.
Yes.
And the reason for that, I think, is so that people can't just go recycle an old video and be like, oh, here we go. It's,
That's actually, I didn't think about that, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
So then once you have that genre, boom, the clock starts and you guys are like figuring out what to do. And then you have 48 hours to finish it. So it's hard and there's little to no sleep. So that is 48-hour Film Fest that Elijah did. So what was your genre that you guys got?
Yes. So our genre, first of all, they did this thing. It was fun for us to pick our genres. Yeah. But it was like time consuming. Oh, yeah. And it was a little, I don't know. It was, hey, throw some pieces of paper in a hat and make us pick them out. Is how I felt. But they wanted to be fun. Okay. I'm sure they hadn't done this since the pandemic, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Potentially. So they had a bunch of DVDs. And on the DVDs would be the genres. Yeah. And you put the DVD player in the thing. And then it reveals your options. Oh. So they gave us 2. And as from what I understood, it was you do either or a blended, right?
Gotcha.
So we got superhero.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
And this is not a shade at all, but our director had no interest in making a superhero film. Oh. And I respect her for it. She's an artist. She's an arteur.
Oh, like she doesn't make movies, she makes films.
Yes.
That's why she wouldn't make because a superhero is a movie. It's not a film, according to Scorsese.
She's not fucking with it.
Right.
On the way to the reveal of the genres, I drove her in my car because I wanted to pick her brain. Yeah. I wanted to find out who she was.
Gotcha.
And yeah, she made it very clear that if she could, she would go into Marvel Studios and she would delete all their files.
So she's one of those.
She actually, I don't think she didn't say that, but she said it with her eyes.
Okay, I gotcha.
She said it with her eyes.
Yeah.
So our other option was buddy film.
Oh, you guys lucked out, man. Those are 2 great genres.
Those are great, right?
To play with, yeah.
Because other people got like, I don't know, maybe they got like climate film. Which is like, what the fuck are you going to do with that shit in 48 hours?
Inconvenient Truth 2.
Yeah, there you go. What are you going to just put a video of the sun?
Yeah.
And just a piece of ice melting? Actually, that'd be super artsy.
That would be, dude, I feel like I've seen that in film school.
It's just someone's face.
Yeah.
And like one tear. As the ice melts.
Yeah, it's like half and half. So the screen is split down the middle, and then as the drop from the ice cube goes, the tear goes at the same time.
This is why we're the best. Yeah. Because we could even make that good.
Yeah, we could.
We could even make that good.
Yeah.
So, our director, she loves the dramas.
All right.
And I picked that up. We talked about that. We deep dived that on the way. So, actually, I'll go back another second. So, superhero or buddy film.
Yeah.
The prop had to be a book.
A book.
Easy,
very easy.
But mirrors, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
The character had to have a specific name, which don't remember what that was because it was a weird name.
Yeah.
And they had to be a tour guide.
Okay,
which is just one of those things where, we just added in there, hey, Mrs. last name.
Yeah.
You still doing those tour guides,
Easy. Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to,
spend too much time on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there had to be a specific line of dialogue. There had to be.
Okay.
And that was, did you try wiggling it?
Excellent.
Right.
Excellent.
My mind immediately went to, taking a piss.
Yeah.
And did you try wiggling it?
Sure. I mean, that's doors open. I like that a lot. I don't remember if we had that, if we had a specific line or not.
Right.
Because that's actually kind of fun. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I wish the screenings were last night. I didn't get to go.
Oh, man.
And I would have liked to see how other people implemented that.
Yeah.
How other people added that in.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like the way we did it was actually pretty cool.
Okay.
I like the way we did it.
Yeah.
So knowing that our director, whose name was also Santana, like my little brother.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
And shout outs to Santana.
Yeah. Great guest.
Yes. Just the youngest brother I've ever had. No, I'm just kidding.
Shout out, man. That's a compliment.
Love my bro. We had such a good time while he was here.
Yeah, we did.
It was just, it was just good brother bonding time.
That's awesome. Absolutely. I know it. I got two of them.
We need to make sure when Noah's back that he's on video.
I know, yeah.
That's what I read. Because there was something about seeing my brother on video, one tear.
Oh, yeah. You had a proud brother moment.
Proud brother moment.
I love that.
Seeing him talk a little shop, with the boys.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
I like it, yeah.
So the director was interested in drama. So that was kind of the angle I threw into the mix. Because, it was me, another writer, and the director kind of coming up with story.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, you like the dramas.
Mm-hmm.
It's a buddy film. This doesn't have to be the other guys.
Yeah.
Or,
21 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Perfect example. This doesn't have to be that.
Yeah.
What if these buddies, there's something that has them separated at the moment?
Yeah.
And what if we bring them back together?
Beautiful.
Come on.
So because these are shorts, right? Yes. It's hard to fit an entire story arc in it.
Yes.
So you took the approach of taking the 3/4 beat of a buddy film, which is something always happens. Well, it's about the halfway to 3/4 beat.
Right.
Something happens that they just decide, we can't work together. We're going our separate ways to do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now imagine that, but also imagine if the 3/4 beat was that these two guys probably haven't been buddies for 5 to 10 years.
Ooh.
Maybe 5.
Okay.
Let's say 5.
That's nice. Yeah.
They haven't been buddies in 5 years.
Yeah. Now they're just cops.
Yeah, exactly. Now, unfortunately, we could have added that. I would have liked if they were cops.
Yeah.
Still. But for reference, yes. Now they're just cops.
Just cops. they're just cops, or now they're just stoners. If it's Pineapple Express, Buddy Stoner.
Yes, and the producer Andrew, good pal, friend of the pod, future guest. He would be wonderful to have. He definitely wished we made a stoner buddy film. He dropped that. He was the producer.
Okay.
And a little bit of AD and kept us fed.
Nice.
And he said outright, I'm leaving this up to you guys. But the fact that you're not making a stoner buddy comedy film is a disgrace. He looked me in the eyes and he said that. And that's all right. We looked him back in the eyes and we said, get us some fucking food. We're starving.
Yeah. You're the PA, right?
Yeah.
Why are you even talking to me?
Right.
Why are you breathing my air?
That's what we said.
Yeah.
Inside his aunt's house that he let us film at. So I said, hey, is this your aunt's house? Great. I'm going to break some stuff. I said to him. So dude, the writing was interesting. It was so fun to write, but I've never written with other people before.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's not the hardest. I'm a control freak.
Yeah.
This is something I'm working on a lot right now, specifically. So, when you're writing with someone else, you got to be collaborative.
Yeah.
Which means that you don't get to have full control. And I felt that rise up in me a few times throughout the writing process. Kind of just like this. Hey, what if I was just in control of this entire process right now? And that's not how it works.
What if all of you just didn't write and I did?
Like, what if everyone just left? And I'll figure this out.
Yeah.
But no, and that's not what filmmaking's about either.
Right.
It's not, right? It's about the collaborative process. I think for me, the person I was writing with, they had an urgency that I'm not good with urgency, and that's kind of the point. It's 48.
Right.
I maybe didn't think we needed to be done as fast as maybe they felt we needed to be done.
Okay.
Or maybe not exactly like starting to write, because we're slowing this process down.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, okay, I need some character traits. I need some, A plus B equals C.
Yeah. Some history, some backstory.
Something.
Yeah.
A little something. And I also agree with the person I was writing with when it's like, well, maybe not. Like, let's just get this, This doesn't have to be fucking poetic. Like, it's just like, let's make a story. So yeah, I just had to, it was good for me to experience that.
Yeah.
So that I could know how to let go of some of those things, especially in the 48 environment.
Yeah.
It's going to be that way if I ever do it again. If I ever wrote with anyone, if I ever wrote with you, it doesn't get to be what I want all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm an insane person, and that's the problem.
You have to be a little bit.
Yeah. I got so many issues that bleed into my everyday life. It's so hard for me to just have fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a control freak. And thank God that doesn't come out when we do this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Because you would be like, hey, we're not doing a podcast anymore. No, this is, it's just one of those things. But you know what it's like too. I imagine when, I don't know, it's not that other people don't take this seriously, but like, I feel like Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say I am Jordan, but Jordan, even in practice, Jordan played like it was a real game.
Yeah.
That's kind of the approach I bring to it. Do you feel similar? Because that's how I feel.
Yeah, exactly. Our coaches like in Yaffle and stuff used to always say you play how you practice, or you practice how you play. So if you practice half-ass or whatever, then you're going to go and play the game half-ass.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And I'm just like, and I also just try to do what I'm taught, and everyone's going to be different,
Yeah.
But I'm taught, some outlining, some character traits, And I think that was my lesson. Mm-hmm. My lesson was like letting go and just finishing the damn thing.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because I haven't really finished a lot of damn things because I've spent years right. outlining things that I've never even started writing.
That is what's great about something like this.
Right.
Is it forces you to just make it.
Right.
And you can't sit on it for too long. But I do suffer from that because that's always been my approach is like I want to make it the best possible thing it can be always.
Right.
And I want to have I don't want the reaction to be like, yeah, I mean, you guys did good for what you had. Or like, oh yeah, for it being 2 days, that was pretty good.
Right.
I want it to be, you guys did that in 48 hours?
Right.
Holy shit, how?
Right.
That's what I want.
Absolutely. And I think there's another thing that comes out in me where I know how I watch movies and I know how hypercritical I am.
Yeah.
And I think I apply that in my work, and that can be healthy and unhealthy. Like that can be like a motivator to do the best when I watch certain movies and I go, I would never have said that. I would never have made that decision.
Yeah.
And why? And also like, okay, that teaches me exactly what I shouldn't do. I don't want people to watch my thing and say that same thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't want people to be like, oh God, like this guy, like why'd they even let him?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So anyways, let's say, okay, so 7:50 p.m. was the break time. We had a finished 5-pager, I think 5-pager.
Yeah.
By about midnight.
Ooh.
And we had to be back by 6 a.m. That was the call time.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the very professional team too. We had call sheets.
Wow.
We had call sheets.
Look at that.
We had fucking call sheets.
Damn.
Yeah.
So who was in charge of doing that?
That was our first AD.
Okay.
A brilliant, wonderful Frenchman by the name of Florian.
Wow.
Shout out to him as well.
All right.
Great conversation with him. Just getting to, you just get to meet someone and you just get to say, hey, tell me your story.
Yeah.
Tell me your story.
Absolutely.
And it's also great when they're not from America or New Mexico because their stories are often a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Than just some fucking American who's like, yeah, I got hit by like a McDonald's like 12-wheeler when I was like 18 and I got a fucking settlement and now I just fucking play PlayStation 5 and jerk off all day. And it's like, yeah, most American stories right there, right?
Yeah, who's going to play you in the movie? I can't wait.
Yeah, oh yeah, so fun. And instead of a man like Florian who's like, I met my wife in France. She was from America. We came to America. And now you're in Albuquerque? Damn right he is.
Wow.
And because that's a journey.
That to come here, first of all, why? There's other states here.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, really, why? But also that's such an interesting... I always find it interesting when someone winds up here.
Me too.
Of all the other places to go in the United States, or the world, it's like here. That's so interesting.
A lot of people wind up here, and it's usually in an interesting way. Like, in the 60s, Charles Manson wound up in Taos.
Cool.
And then also, once in Taos, they found what seemed to be a CIA black site where people were training children how to do school, bling blings. I didn't want to get flagged by YouTube for saying that, but school water guns.
Right, yeah.
And so sometimes people just end up in New Mexico and it's crazy.
And we have just a shining list of people, as you've clearly seen, who just wind up here. It's awesome.
Just end up here. Pretty sure Bundy was here at one point.
I love that for us, for this,
how about Jeffrey Epstein, who ended up in New Mexico?
Yeah. We're just the best and the brightest out here. I think this is also the place where Bill Gates got pulled over or something. He spent a night in jail here.
Yeah.
Something about the air just makes people want to act a fool.
In the birthplace of Lex Luthor, which is Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Dude, that fucker was really born here. That's such a random thing that, like, I never heard. Well, maybe, like, Amazon wasn't that. Like the CEOs of companies weren't, like, that big of a deal besides Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Up until, like, probably the last decade. And then maybe that's when people cared enough to know where Jeff Bezos was from.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like, okay, I didn't know Jeff Bezos was born on, like, Unser and fucking McMahon. And it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's also like, if you're Bezos, like, do you really want people to know that?
No. I was Sarah Kennedy, we've talked about her. She made a funny post on Facebook about the Shins, you know that band?
Yeah.
And how they've been denying their being from Albuquerque for quite some time, I guess.
Wow.
Until, I guess, recently they've been willing to admit. And also, I feel like Neil Patrick Harris doesn't claim us either.
Yeah.
So fuck him.
He's never said that I know of.
Just because my dad bullied him in high school. I think my dad stood up for him probably, but I know he was probably, it's like, this is New Mexico. You're like, you're Doogie Howser on TV and you're a fucking drama kid. And, just like some cholito is just like waiting to just like rain on your parade and just be, I don't give a fuck if you're Doogie Howser's full, I'll fuck you up,
Yeah. I feel like unless you're on fucking Sons of Anarchy or something, nobody here is going to respect you.
No. Because we think television is real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if someone like an actor on Sons of Anarchy, Charlie Hunnam, came to town and everyone would be like fucking respecting him like he was a real OG.
Bowing.
Yeah. Oh, we're sorry, bro. Hey, we don't want to get in your way, bro.
Putting their EDC pocket knife on the ground as an offering.
And then like, it's so like New Mexican to just like, refer to them as like, oh, hey, it's Sons of Anarchies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just the name of the show.
Hey, did you hear Sons of Anarchies is in town? That's like when Sydney Sweeney was here and we just said, oh my God, Euphoria's is here.
All of Euphoria's here.
Euphoria's is in town. Which is kind of funny. Hey, you playing a little footsie with me, Daddy?
Oh, man.
Damn. Okay, this almost turned into a different kind of podcast.
I know.
All right. Yeah. Where was I?
We were talking about Sydney Sweeney was in town.
Right.
And everyone just said Euphoria's here.
In terms of the 48, I don't know where I was, though. Like,
right. We were at...
I had to be back at 6 a.m.
That's right. I don't know how we got... Where... Wow.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. It's and you know what? It's natural conversation.
Yes.
That's how natural conversation goes.
That's improvisation, creativity, and chemistry.
Yep. Which I nearly failed in high school. So.
Oh. And there's someone who was a chemistry teacher who ended up cooking a lot of meth.
Ooh.
Sneak preview.
So you had to be back at 6 a.m.
I had to be back at 6 a.m. and I drove all the way home at like midnight just so I could sleep with my honey because, it's pretty like it sucks, when you're just like, hey, babe, like we just went through a rough couple of weeks and we finally got our apartment. And by the way, I'm going to be gone for an entire weekend.
Yeah.
Like shit, we just went through this like wonderful bonding experience. It's like, I want to lay in my new apartment with my lovely lady.
Yeah.
So I did. I drove all the way home and, got to cuddle up a little. And then that alarm went off at 5.
Beautiful.
5, probably 5:15.
Yeah, you'll love it. You love it. So how many groups were there total? Do you know?
Yeah, I do. So because I remember someone made the joke that there are as many teams as teams in the NBA.
Wow.
Or maybe it was the NFL. So there was 32 teams, but 2 didn't show up.
Okay.
2 didn't show up. So there was 30.
That's a lot. So, and when you were describing the DVD drawing thing,
yes,
I'm almost certain my friend was doing the same one because I think she posted on her story that exact thing.
A little DVD thing.
Yeah. So I bet you guys did the same one. I'm almost certain. So you decided to do buddy film.
We did the buddy
over superhero. What story did you end up coming up with?
So this, it's kind of, I mean, we just really amped up the dramaticness.
Yeah.
And that's why it's funny to me, but it was kind of cool. And I'll say this about the person I was writing with. I feel like we both had an inkling for like just ramping up the drama.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was one of the funnest parts about writing with that person, which was like, you know, we both were just like, let's take a little fucking more dramatic. Like, let's just add this thing. And
yeah.
And even talking to them earlier, they were kind of saying something about it like a telenovela. And I was like, this almost feels like we're doing that. Like,
yeah.
We kind of added those elements. So we only had 4 actors.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to play off of what we had, right? Not only, that's actually pretty good.
I was going to say, that's nice.
That's nice.
I wish I knew what that was like.
You know?
Yeah.
We wanted to use everybody. So we had an older woman. She was a very kind woman, very cool. And I actually was in a CNM film class with her before.
Okay.
And then we had me. And then we had a gentleman by the name of Andre, wonderful scene partner.
Nice.
And then we had a woman by the name of Bianca, who was also really cool.
Cool.
So we said, okay, we have this older woman here. What can we do? Well, she could be a mother, right?
Yeah.
And then, okay, me and Andre are both black, but I'm a mixed. So, and she was a white woman.
Yeah.
So I said, you know, it might make a little more sense if I was her son because I look like I could have a white mama.
Okay.
Okay. And then that's when Andrew promptly said, are we really doing black dad who's not around? And I said, well, this is a drama.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Conflict.
So obviously me and Andre being the fellas, we were the buds, right?
Okay.
So the story is I am sitting there at my mother's home and my mother's saying, hey, you can't be mad at him forever. Right?
Yeah.
Just, you can't be mad at him forever. I say, Mom, I don't, you know, I get up, I walk away.
Yeah.
She says, they're going to be here any minute.
Who's they?
My bud.
Ah.
And my baby mama.
Ooh, drama.
Wow. My baby mama left me for my best friend.
That hurts.
Now, the writer's room part of this is I, and we all agreed on this, wanted to emphasize and make sure that the story elements weren't like, you know, not to sound like a snowflake, I'm just joking, but like super misogynistic. I didn't want this to be like, this is 2 guys fighting over a girl because she cheated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
We've seen it.
Yeah, it's like every Fast and the Furious. So,
yeah, pretty much.
So it was just like one of these things of, I mean, the emphasis on that was really not being able to control maybe who you fall in love with.
Yeah.
And so anyways, you know, my baby mama and my best bud from childhood, they show up.
Yeah.
And then we kind of hash some things out. The mom takes the baby mama to the side, and me and the bro, we have a bro, you know, eye to eye.
Yeah.
And I really thought there needed to be emphasis on the fact that they were really good friends. So we kind of put in a little monologue in there about like, hey, remember when we were younger?
Gotta have one of those remember monologues.
And we were stuck in the barn.
That's so funny that you said that, because I was about to be like, it's always something like in the fucking outskirts of town. It's like, hey man, you remember the old tire swing?
Yeah.
Out at Abraham's barn? Well, we used to ride that thing till the rope snapped. You know? It's always something like that.
Remember when the car died, the battery died in the car, and we saw us a chupacabra, and then you had sex with it. Anyway, and that's a bonding moment. Between 2 guys.
The connection.
So that whole thing was like, that's where we did you try wiggling it? Like we were stuck in this barn.
Oh yeah.
And we were lighting fireworks and we couldn't get out. And then I said, did you try wiggling it? And we kind of have that quick brief moment of like, we used to be such good friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, oh yeah, we used to wiggle it a lot together back in the day.
Wiggle.
Yeah.
So then it kind of like the mom kind of retakes charge because the boys start arguing again. Mom takes charge, throws him in the living room, and is basically like, let me tell you a lesson. Okay. And then it becomes revealed that the reason the mom wants these boys to rekindle is because she's suffering from early stages of Alzheimer's.
Oh boy.
And I'm laughing just because that's what we came up with. And to me, that's funny. But cancer is so overdone.
It is. Yeah, it is.
We needed something else.
Everything is cancer. Yeah.
Everything's super cancer culture. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So, and that's when it's like, hey, all right, let's let this go.
Yeah.
And let's be boys.
So she can remember.
Yeah.
As it was. Exactly. Harry Styles.
So what I want to emphasize though is like, so that was the story.
Yeah.
Our director is brilliant. And I'm going to tell you what we did, and it's going to fucking blow your fucking mind.
Ooh, all right. I like this.
She wanted to do it in a one shot.
Ooh.
We did a one shot.
A oneer.
We did a oneer.
Love it. I love a good oneer.
She's the GOAT, dude. I mean, she's peak.
Peak.
I was very impressed with her because and the cinematographer, they're both like were just so good. It was one of those things where like, yeah, like there's that story, but then like what we did in 48 hours in terms of that.
Yeah.
And even as the writer of the story, I think that was probably our most impressive feat. The story is good.
Yeah.
What can you do in 48 hours? You can't necessarily develop a fucking like epic. But the fact that she, blocked and, shot listed that one take.
Yeah.
In the time she had and made it work.
That's hard.
And this, this is a pretty young girl. I mean, she couldn't have been older than 21, maybe. And I don't know. Santana, if you watch it, and I do plan to send this to all of them so that we can get some fucking views.
Nice.
Just kidding. And Santana, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I didn't know how old you were, but I think Andrew was marveling at how great she was doing for how young she was, and it really was a spectacle. It was a spectacle of directing.
Awesome.
It was just like, wow. Like, and it was bold.
Mm-hmm.
It was bold to say, no, we're doing a fucking oneer.
Yeah.
We're doing a fucking oneer.
Oneers are hard.
They're fun.
I've done a few in my day. I've done one or two in my day.
Did you, Grief? Was that a oneer?
No. That wasn't a oneer.
It looked like one though, didn't it? A little?
Not really.
How he
no.
finds out I actually haven't watched it.
And not many people have actually. It's still like unlisted on YouTube.
Right.
We should just probably put that out.
Yeah, just put it out there.
But no, that one wasn't a oneer. I know Matt and I did. It was his directing. He did basically a sequel, a short sequel to a video that I had made, and that whole video is a oneer.
Oh wow.
And then we've done oneer-esque things in terms of VR.
Oh.
We used to, back in the day, a couple years ago, we made a VR video, an action sci-fi in 360 space.
God damn.
With 2 GoPros back to back. We had to use this software to stitch them together. And so in a way, those were oneers because the entire scene had to happen all the way throughout. Right. And that was a whole different learning curve because you can't hide lights and rigs. Like you see everything.
Yes.
So that was a challenge. And so in a way that was a lot of like mini oneers.
Right.
Everything had to have. So, we've had our fair share of oneers. They're tough, man.
You know the stress of a oneer.
I do. And the prep of a oneer.
Yeah. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, that whole second day was literally prep. It was, we're running lines while director and DP are, doing shot list.
Yeah.
We blocked. That took hours, obviously. And then we did blocking.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of us were so sleep deprived. We were like, we need to call it a day.
Yeah.
Come back rested. So I think we wrapped that day around 7.
Okay.
7 or 8. And everybody went home and tried to get a little rest. I was still so ramped up.
Yeah.
It was hard to rest, so I still got dick for sleep,
Yeah.
you know? Had to be back at 6:30. But then, we that's when we started, all right, we're going to film it.
Yeah.
We're going to film it. So, it took a few hours, do some takes, then had to tweak some lighting. Obviously the sun moved and came out more, and the deal.
Oh yeah.
And so, I don't know how many takes we did, but finally, she was satisfied.
Yeah.
And that was a wrap on filming, but dun, 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 audio. That was the hardest part.
I hate doing audio.
Yes.
Hate it.
So we had to do, they had a fancy name for it that I don't remember. You probably know. Is it ADR?
ADR.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. I remembered.
Yeah.
I was going to say fucking voiceover.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So we had to do ADR.
Ooh, boy.
And by that time, I was spent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by that time, I was kind of sad I had to do ADR. I was like, fuck, man. Like, I just want to go home. And, that's the thing. Another, props to the director, because she saw it through. She knew she had to be there for the editing and everything. And shout out to our editor.
Yeah.
That dude, I mean, it was badass, because that was his only job. So he was there on the first day. He wasn't I don't think he was really there on the second day. Maybe he came and hang out for a little. Yeah. And then the guy just shows up with his desktop on Sunday, and is just what up?
Yeah.
And that dude, he's just playing online gaming while we're finishing filming. He was just fucking online gaming, fucking tweaking, bro. Just fucking killing it. And then boom, once he got the files, he was just boom. You know what I mean? He was hacking the Pentagon.
Yeah.
It was badass, dude.
That's sick.
It was badass.
I want to meet these people. I'd love to network with them and build a team.
I think we should. I think, what me and Andrew realized is this is a good crew of people to work with. On future things. So I think, it would be really cool to just, I think we need to do some stuff, man, all around. Andrew has a short film he really wants to do. I'd like to write a little song. Yeah. And then,
I've got stuff.
Yeah, a little something.
I've got some stuff.
You got some things. So yeah, man, that was it.
That's awesome. I really wish I could see the others. Yes. Too. Maybe I'll contact my friend to at least see that. At least see hers. Because those are always just so fun to see what people will do in 48 hours with just nothing.
With nada.
Yeah.
It's a little intimidating. You could tell. So there were some other groups of people who had been working together for years.
Yeah. Who
knew each other well, who maybe had bigger resources than we had. But I gotta say, I am incredibly proud of what we did. Beyond imagine, for us who, most of them are in class together, but even for, allowing me in to come do my thing and have my little influence on it.
Yeah.
For us to just because they're pros, the people I worked with. I can tell that they all take it serious. It's so serious.
Yeah.
And that they're all going to be great in whatever they decide to do, whether that's, above the line, below the line. The camera operator, by the way, once again, want to shout her out as well. She was amazing.
What was her name?
Laura, I believe.
Laura.
And she's with, I think she has a production company. Huh. Ooh, I just realized I forgot to clock out of work. I will figure that
Making
out.
that money overtime, baby.
Yeah, well, TB8 Films. Laura Christine Cook, brilliant camera operator, who also is part of the deaf community, it seemed like, because she had interpreters there. That was cool.
That's cool.
Because she was just rocking it, and she was, having her interpreter, and, the interpreters were all super cool.
Yeah.
It's just good representation.
Yeah.
Around, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So super proud. and can't wait to for other people to be able to see it.
That's exciting. We'll definitely be sure to follow us on Instagram and check out our Instagram, because I think that's where we'll update people.
Yeah,
on,
definitely.
If it's out, if they can watch it, and where they can watch it. But now I want to talk about your celebrity encounter.
Yeah.
So we got the work that you put in.
I put in that work.
Now I want the red carpet experience, because this was fun.
Right.
This is cool.
So, as everyone I'm sure remembers from the last episode, I was aware of the unveiling of the statues of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman.
Breaking Bad.
I had no clue, though, and had no information on time, if it was open to the public.
Yeah.
None of that shit. Being a part of the 48 is what allowed me to know the answers to these questions.
Ooh, okay.
Because I was in a group chat with all them.
Yeah.
And they, they're in the mix.
Yeah.
They're in film school right now. So they know, they knew they were in the know.
Exactly.
They were in the know. And so that morning I was getting some messages on the group chat, and people were like, is anyone else going? And I was right away, what time is it open to the public? They were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. So I wanted for Santana, for my brother, I wanted to do a Breaking Bad day.
Yeah.
Right? So what I wanted to do first was take him to the Breaking Bad store and then hop over to the statue thing, because I didn't know, besides now that it was open to the public and what time they were supposedly going to start.
Yeah.
I didn't really have much other info. At this time, as we're gearing up to go to the Breaking Bad store, someone from my team in the 48 sends a picture of Aaron Paul. I'm like, oh.
Oh, it's like that.
AP is there.
Yeah.
AP, bitch.
Bitch. Yeah.
That was so good. Do it one more time. Do you?
Bitch.
Yeah. That's it. Bitch. No.
It's almost like it's a little bit of A, it's not batch, but it's not bitch. It's like, bitch. And
God, you're really good at impressions. Fuck, you're so good at impressions.
I have a lot of time on my hands. Just talk to myself, all the voices in my head.
So I'm like, okay, taking little brother, because as we discussed, little brother has become quite the Breaking Bad scholar.
Yeah.
The Breaking Bad universe, he's very well versed in the Breaking Bad universe.
He has a degree. He's become scholarly about it. Yes.
I mean, he's dissecting the last couple episodes of Better Call Saul. He's hitting me with predictions. He's hitting me with, themes and breakdowns.
Yeah.
So, it was like, I just wanted to do that for my brother so bad.
Yeah.
We get to the Breaking Bad store. It's closed because of the event.
Bro.
Of course, right?
That's a day you should be wide open. Are you kidding?
I would have thought.
You make so much money.
I would have thunk so.
Yeah.
So I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, let's just go over there and see what happens. Like, maybe we can salvage this. So we get to by the convention center, and, we tell my little brother, because there's a line. We see the line. We're just like, go stand in line. So we kick him out of the car. Me and my mom go park our cars under. First of all, my poor mother, she's born and raised in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
She hasn't been here for a few years. She knows what this is, but I think Albuquerque has gotten increasingly more bizarre over the last couple of months, a year or two maybe.
Yeah.
So we're in this parking garage, and some weirdo in a car is like, to us, he's like, are you guys going to the Breaking Bad thing? I was just like, yeah. And then he's like, wait, come here, calling us to the car.
You don't do that.
You don't do that.
You don't go to that car.
So I was just like, no, we got to go. We're really busy, and like my mom's looking at me like, what is going on? And I'm like, don't worry. Like, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
People try to kidnap you all the time. No, I'm just like, I'm very like, I'm dealing with, you know how it is. We got homeless people walking up to our windows when we're in a drive-through.
Yep.
Which also pretty much happened to me and my mom while she was here.
Yeah. Great. So just a great experience for you. Oh, welcome home. Welcome, Mom. Home. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Here's what you missed.
You know, but she's a good liberal. She realized how privileged she was to not have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah.
And that's when I told her promptly to move me out there to Texas with her because I don't care. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You know, so I was like, so that was just weird.
Yeah.
But there is a tie-in to that. I do believe that later on I saw a guy dressed up in a yellow hazmat with a Walter White cut.
Yeah.
And goatee. And he was handing out candy from the candy lady, the blue meth candy.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe it was that guy trying to call us over to the car.
Oh, so he was maybe just like, you guys want some Breaking Bad candy?
I think so, but this is Albuquerque.
And for decades, we've been told not to get candy from strangers out of cars. For a good reason.
I mean, come on.
Especially meth candy.
Would he have even gone up to the thing to try and sell meth candy if he was able to kidnap us and steal our identities? Probably not. So he probably was like, shit, okay, well, I'll go do the thing I came to do.
Yeah.
Because I was not able to do that.
Yeah. He had a plan B.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So me and my mom walk out. It's that underground parking garage under the Civic Plaza, you know?
Yeah.
So we're coming out of that just for visualization.
Gotcha.
So you can see what I see. So we come up out of that and we're walking across the street to the convention center. And my brother, he's got the biggest grin on his face. And he goes, Bryan Cranston's right there.
Ooh.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
You know? And Michael Mando, who plays Nacho in Better Call Saul.
Right.
So I'll say this much. The pictures I got from the person I knew who was there, who was on my 48 team, he got to meet fucking everybody.
Yeah.
He had a picture with Vince Gilligan. He had a picture with Rhea Seehorn, Kim Wexler.
Wow.
He had a picture with Patrick Fabian, Howard Hamlin from Better Call Saul.
Okay.
He had a picture with fucking Cranston.
Yep.
And he was the one who took that picture of Aaron Paul. So this guy, I mean, and he got Gilligan to sign his fucking Breaking Bad season, dude. Fucking goat.
Boy.
But for whatever reason, when we got there, that was Bryan Cranston and Michael Mando's time to come shake hands and kiss babies.
Yeah.
You know? And so what do you even do when you see Bryan Cranston walking towards you?
Mm-hmm. Freak out a little bit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I almost cried.
Yeah.
Out of just the moment, the experience, what it means for the city of Albuquerque.
Sure.
And you know, and the people, the security, they're like, have your cameras ready, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then next thing you know, Cranston's in my face like this.
Oh boy.
And so I kissed him.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
And then we fucked. I'm just kidding. I had to be insane. You know, we shook hands. We shook hands. He shook my brother's hand, and my brother was just enamored.
Yeah,
he was just like, "You're the best."
I wish I could have seen his face.
I might have. Well, I could send you some pictures to throw on the thing.
Hell yeah!
And I almost said that earlier in the episode, and I stopped myself because I didn't want to ruin it yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, and you know, my mom took a picture of us with Cranston, and I don't know, you know, you're taking a picture. He put his hand on our shoulders, so I'm going to put my hand on his lower back. No, I'm just kidding. I just went to go put my hand behind his back because that's usually what you do, right?
Yeah.
And his security like slapped me and my brother's hands from behind his back, and I was like, oh shit, this is like some presidential shit. Like,
damn.
You know, like I guess they didn't want us to. I don't know what. I mean, this is Albuquerque.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is Albuquerque.
But he's been here.
He's been here.
He knows what it's about. Him and Aaron Paul.
He's probably seen some shit.
Probably.
So that happened, dude.
That's amazing.
So that happened. So then Michael Mando's heading our way. And my mom's like, this one's mine. My mom's like, step back, boys.
Yeah.
This one's mine.
Yeah.
She's like, do you want to meet your new stepdaddy?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, he'd be a pretty good connection.
A useful stepdaddy.
Yeah, he could probably get me into the Sony multiverse, seeing that he was supposed to play Scorpion in Spider-Man, and then they kind of just got rid of him for some reason. I don't know. He was in the after credits scene with Michael Keaton.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So, and so that, but for me, you know, and I got to do Cranston. I was like, I'm good. So
That's
I took a picture of Santana and my mom with Michael Mando.
Yeah.
I did notice my mom, you know, her hands went a little lower than I think they were supposed to.
Sure.
But I think he liked it.
He allowed it.
He said, this is why I come to Albuquerque. No, it was cool, you know, and my little brother has truly become a Better Call Saul aficionado. And so we got to, obviously a couple of weeks prior, watch Michael Mando give one of the greatest performances, you know, right before, spoiler alert, something happens to Nacho in Better Call Saul. And it's like one of the greatest, like, last performances of a character in the Breaking Bad universe, and then to have him right there, you know. And my little brother was almost, I'm like, he was almost a little more shook over the Michael Mando thing, because I think he just loved the character Nacho.
It's a surreal moment.
It's such a surreal moment. And then after that, you know, we got to go and see the statues, took a couple pictures of the statues, and then that's when I went to the 48 immediately after. So it was the most surreal day of my life. Truly. That's a day.
And then Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul were at the baseball game later.
Yes. Which, it was funny, like, because my auntie bought us a bunch of tickets to that, and I had to tell her I couldn't go because of the 48.
Yeah.
And I threw a hissy fit like a child. I really had to do a lot of damage control so that I wouldn't cause harm to the people I love, because of how sad I was I couldn't go to that.
Yeah.
So I started placing blame and pointing fingers, and it's your fault, and it's your fault I can't go. But then I grounded myself.
That's okay, good.
So, but then the fact that it didn't matter that I went to the fucking baseball game because I got to meet the guy.
Exactly.
That was it right there.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I mean,
what more can you say?
What more can you say? Our lives are like a movie.
Tune in.
You know, to you, to Andrew, and to my coworker Neil, all people who I invited to come to that, all people who I did not text when I was on my way, I do apologize.
Yeah, I was like waiting, and I was like,
I do apologize.
Maybe he just doesn't have the info. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I thought about asking, like, you guys still going today? But I was like, I don't know.
It was one of those things where the night before, me and Santana stayed up super fucking late, and then ended up getting up fucking early as shit. And then it was kind of like I was with him and my mom and running around, and then Breaking Bad store, and then all of a sudden it was like, all right, I guess we should fucking go over there. And then I did that, and then everyone was basically like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, it's a dog-eat-dog world.
If you're not first, you're last, baby.
If you're not first, you're last. And if you're not Brian, you're Cranston.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 more episodes of Better Call Saul.
Nice.
And then the series is over. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know.
Shit's getting crazy.
Man.
And it was perfect because the weekend the Monday after they were here all weekend was the episode that came out where finally Walt and Jesse were in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
They timed that.
So
that's intentional.
Perfectly. Yes. So, life is good though. And that's what I need to say. It's like, things have been moving so fast that it's hard to sit there and really take it in.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, when you can jump on a pod and process these situations with your good pal Estevan, that's when you know that, you know, things are good.
Like Ferris Bueller says, life moves pretty fast sometimes. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it.
Yeah. He said that.
And on that, I think we will let you go.
Yeah.
So you can stop and look around.
Yeah.
So you don't miss life. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, share our stuff, watch our stuff, talk about our stuff. And next week, potentially, we'll be talking about Nope.
Yes.
We've both seen it now.
And I still want to cover old Elvis. You can't see it, but I still want to talk about Elvis.
Our stuff is just stacking up.
We've been stacked up on some content, but we got Stranger Things and Obi-Wan out of the way with Santana, so we could talk some Elvis and some Nope.
Yes.
And did you see Thor?
I still haven't seen Thor.
Fuck that movie. Anyways.
So we'll see you next week when we talk about some kind of movie, probably.
We'll talk some stuff.
See you around.
Sayonara.